my name is Shannen di Bonsobre, and for this video, I will be interviewing my grandfather. His name is Rogelio M. Doliente, and he is currently residing in Pagadian City, Zamboanga del Sur. My first question is, have you ever experienced any disasters?
Good morning, everyone. These are my answers to the interview question. Yes, I have already experienced disasters such as earthquake and tsunami. But that was already long ago, around 40 years plus, when Pagadian City was hit by a 7.1 intensity quake and tsunami that is very strong that hit the whole city. But our place here was not reached by the tsunami because we are residing on a higher portion of the city. That incident happened in 12 midnight, where everyone was in their deep sleep. That quake killed more than 700 people. Mostly were not recovered.
Second question is, how important do you think is disaster management and preparedness?
It is very important for every family to be always prepared. Though a disaster is not really expected, but there is a need for preparations in order to protect the entire family. This preparation will help each member of families and even in the neighborhood to be aware of what will be the next thing to do, action to do whenever an earthquake or tsunami will come again.
For the third question, what preparations have you done so far for any of the disasters you have experienced? Do you think this has been useful?
The precautions that I have done in order to evade from this kind of disaster were listening to radio broadcasts and watching television programs that dealt on disasters. It is not just enough to listen and watch, but one should be vigilant to take precautions before the disaster happens.
For the fourth question, have you prepared an emergency disaster kit in your home in case disaster happens again?
Yes, we have prepared a kit where important things and first aid medicine were kept that can be used in case the government calls for evacuation. The government calls to leave the place.
Fifth, since you live in the city, do you know the evacuation areas in your place?
Yes, we are very near to the big elementary school here in Pagadian City. And the covered court where victims of disasters or calamities were usually housed after uh, experiencing an incident like this. But here, we do not expect for typhoons and tsunamis, but we are preparing for other disasters such as uh, soil erosion, flooding, and fire.
And for the last question, what advice can you give for those who still do not have disaster preparation and management?
Firstly, I will advise everyone to be vigilant on what is happening in the community to keep them aware of a coming disaster. Secondly, I will tell them to join in programs that deal on earthquake drill and fire drill to respond to the call of authorities. in order to have preempt evacuation in case of typhoons and floods. And lastly, to convince them to always listen to radio broadcasts and to TV programs.
And that wraps up our interview. Thank you so much, Mr. Rogelio Deliente, for taking the time to answer these questions and for sharing your valuable insights regarding disaster management and preparedness.